Are we live, people? Yeah, that's right. Bahrain Grand Prix qualifying. And it was explosive to me. It was a really good one. I mean, all right, it's the first one of the season. You're just amped to see the cars back on track. But it was good, right, people? I mean, there was a lot of unknowns through each set. Q1, Q2, Q3. All right. Big up to Hulkenberg to bring that Haas into Q3. I mean, I'm surprised what he was able to do, and not super surprised because he did it last season. But hey, I mean, we just thought they were going to be at the tail end. It was just, you know, whatever, and it wasn't. But who was at the tail end? The Alpines, and that was just hard to see. And big up to Ocon for, you know, just giving the team, you know, some encouragement, like, you know, it's early times, we're gonna work and so forth. But yeah, I'm so thankful that I didn't choose Gasly for my Formula One, and he was a good buy on the fantasy, honestly. And I think he's gonna do better than Ocon this season. But man, I wouldn't have scored much points with him even in qualifying. So yeah, and I don't even think there's gonna be much to come from the race either. So but anyway, beyond fantasy, and I will say, out of 40,000 plus, I'm already at like 14,000, top 14,000. So I'm not doing too bad. Leave in the comment section below how your fantasy team's doing, what you think's gonna happen, all that stuff. Anyway, Hamilton down in like P9, which I did just see on, I believe it was Sky Sports. He said he kind of sacrificed some one lap pace in order to be better off in the race. I'm going to lean to believe him. I mean, it's Hamilton. He always does really well in race trim. And so if he set up the car that way, and it may be because you saw how low Russell's car was, and Hamilton's wasn't really that way. And of course, there's other setup, you know, things that I'm sure they did and so forth. But it kind of made me wonder a little bit what was going on. I could tell they had a little bit of different setup, but they were kind of there switching back and forth throughout you know, practice and then qualifying. So, I mean, I had no reason to think that Hamilton was going to be that far down. But hey, is what it is. We'll see. Now, Verstappen on pole. Yes, he's on pole. I kind of think we all wished it was a little something different. But the big thing is that spread is not that big. I mean, Charles Leclerc was only just over 2/10 off of him. And the rest of the field, from Verstappen down to, I believe it was Lando. Yeah, Lando, all 120. Lando finished 129.9 or 129.6. Sorry, that was Q2 for 9. So the field is tight. One thing I'm looking for is what is the race trim of these cars actually going to be? It's going to be very interesting to see tomorrow, because that's when we know. Is the Ferrari, have they actually made gains? I think their pace is right there with Red Bull right now. Maybe Red Bull can climb ahead if they get some things figured out and so forth. But at least right now, I think that pace is right about right there. So if they actually have good tire degradation, it's on. It's on. I think there's going to be, and I called it yesterday in my predictions for the season. I do think Verstappen's going to win his 4th championship, you know, pending, you know, excluding some major thing, right? So, but I do think it's going to be a hard fought in one championship. I don't think Red Bull's running away with it. It's not going to be, you know, race, you know, 7 and everybody's just like, yep, they almost have the constructors and drivers wrapped up already. It's not going to be like that. And I think that if that's the case, Ferrari's going to be in the mix. Look at McLaren. I mean, yeah, I don't think they were at their best right now, but on Orlando, P7, Piastri, P8. I mean, I think they're going to be right up there. Alonso working his magic, of course. And even the Mercedes. I mean, Russell's up there in P3. Hamilton, again, sacrificed a little bit. So if he did try to go for one lap pace, maybe it would be there. But they are right in the mix as well for those top 2, 3. And, you know, once in a while, these teams are going to be vying for a win. So I think even my other prediction, there's going to be at least 3 or more race. I think I said 3 or more race winners. I think that's going to be the case. And yeah, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not going to keep this much longer than this because I'm not going to sit here and speculate. I mean, there's not much else to talk about. You know, it just is what it is. I kind of expected Saber to, you know, kind of do a little better than that. I was kind of buying the hype from Bottas, but hey, whatever, it's this one race, and we'll see how they do in the race. I think Bottas, same thing, kind of like Hamilton, will kind of pull it off, you know, a little better in the race, especially against his teammate. So that'll be interesting. I was really hoping for more from Sargent. I won't get off on a tangent, but I will just say I was kind of hoping a little bit more throughout the weekend. He's kind of been there, and I think Sargent needs to kind of take a step from Perez, and he needs to stop trying to win against Albon, and he needs to just race that car where it can be against everybody else. I know everybody does the team matchup. How are you against your teammate? Well, not everybody is at the pinnacle Red Bull Verstappen situation where you just got to measure up to him or else. Some people can just be fine even if they are behind their teammate, if they are just performing well. If Albon is just a better driver than you, but you are still a good driver and you're driving home points and you can learn, then good. So maybe you need to just focus on that. So I think he still has a good, aura around him. He's confident for the season. I think that's important. It's just the first qualifying. He's not even through the race yet, but hey, we'll see. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think everybody is. I mean, this is it. F1 is back. The pinnacle of motorsport is back. I think we're all excited for it. And with that said, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I do a race roundup, kind of just run down what happened, what I thought, and so forth of the race and all that. So while you're still here, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button as well. I'm your host, Sean Kilburn. This is F1 P1 Life. I'll see you next time.